We need something substantial to justify filing this appeal.
Yes, but what about that call? If the alderman knew where we were, he could have killed her.
The hotel owner didn't hear the telephone conversation that Abigail was having, and the switchboard operator doesn't remember who she put the call through to.
It's a dead end. There's no way to prove who she called.
Why did she make that call? Do you think she could have been having second thoughts about leaving her husband? I should never have encouraged her.
There's no way to know what was in her mind, but you know what was in your heart.
You were simply trying to help a woman in need, Julia.
Yes, and now that woman is dead.
Surely the fact that someone removed a page from the police report should warrant an appeal, shouldn't it?
The judge clearly didn't think so.
Then we'll speak to a different judge, a higher court.
I'm sorry, but it's not enough. A page could go missing for any number of reasons. Any judge will consider it no more than an error.
The scrivener who transcribes the documents for trial was paid to remove 2 pages.
Paid by whom?
Apparently not the alderman. We questioned the scrivener, and he gave us a description of the culprit. Inspector McCrae is putting these up all over town. This is the man.
I know that man.
What?
My dear Bianca, it's terribly ill. 5 minutes of your time. Please.
I was on the way to buy the tickets from the train station, and he asked if I wanted to ride. Then he said he needed a doctor.
Someone was ill?
No, not someone. It was his goat, but there's nothing I could do. By the time I got back to the hotel, Abigail was dead.
Julia, did this man speak in an unusual manner?
Yes, he had an accent.
Well, then this is him. He purposely delayed your return back to the hotel so that someone would have time to murder Abigail Prescott and frame you.
The woman knew where she was, meaning that he likely went down there to kill her.
At the very least, I can now prove to the judge that he lied under oath.
What now?
Well, I've telephoned Effie Crabtree. We'll get the mother's statement and prepare our case for an appeal.
Inspector Brackenreed? Murdoch, it's for you.
Detective Murdoch.
Something bad is about to happen to your wife.
What?
Next time it's going to be worse. Drop the case.
Who is this? Hello?
Hey, new girl.
Excuse me?
Did you steal my cigarettes?
No, I don't smoke.
I said, give me back my cigarettes. It was her. She attacked me.
She's lying. She tried to kill me.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're both going to the hole. Go ahead.
I want to see Julia Ogden immediately.
Detective Murdoch. Thank you. Your wife is fine.
Where is she?
She was in an altercation with another inmate and received a laceration on her forearm.
What?
But she is otherwise in fine health.
Take me to her immediately.
I cannot. She's had to spend the night in the hole just like any other inmate would. We take these sorts of altercations very seriously.
Has her wound been treated?
Yes. The wound was cleaned and bandaged. Our nurses are well trained.
Mr. Warden, I received a telephone call threatening Julia's life. We need to put a guard on her at all times. More than one, if possible. I have no way of knowing who is making these threats.
Detective, you sound paranoid.
I received this telephone call at the station house.
I'll see to it that she receives additional supervision for the time being.
Thank you.
Sounds like a smoker's cough. No wonder you wanted your cigarettes back so badly.
Keep provoking me, see what happens, sweetie.
You know, I don't believe your cigarettes were ever missing. It was just an excuse to attack me.
Oops.
Did someone put you up to it?
I wouldn't have pegged you for the type of lady with a long list of enemies. But here we are.
Who was it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I don't blame you.
I don't care one way or the other.
I know what it's like to be a woman in a vulnerable position, being manipulated by people with bad intentions.
That sounds like a long and fancy way to say you pity me, huh? I hate pity.
That's not it. Whoever hired you is just using you to do their dirty work while you take the fall. You could have been hurt. Or you could have killed me and ended up with a lifetime sentence. People like that don't deserve to be protected.
$50.
I beg your pardon?
That's my price. $50 and I'll give you the name.
Detective William Murdoch.
William, I found out who sent that inmate to try and kill me.
You did?
Who?
His name is Gunnar Bjornsson. His description matches that of the farmer who bribed the scrivener. Oh, and I need you to send $50 to an address for me. Getting that name wasn't cheap.
It may not make any difference. The exhumation was a failure. It yielded nothing.
What does that mean?
Without the syringe mark or the missing pages, anything this Bjornsson has done becomes circumstantial.
Inconsequential.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Julia.
Thank you for your patience. We have completed our examination of the exhumed body of Abigail Prescott. There were no previously undiscovered markings on the skin.
However, we were able to find an anomaly that was not discovered in the original postmortem.
Yes, a foreign object in the deceased's mouth, stuck in the back of her esophagus.
The object seems to have moved closer to the top of the throat due to the body's decomposition.
Hence why it wasn't previously found, despite Mr. Wright's good work. A brass button.
A button?
Why would she have swallowed a button?
No, I didn't. Is that all? Good day, Detective.
It was him.
I have already signed the petition and expect to have a plan in place as early as next week. Please excuse me for a moment. Detective Murdoch, of course. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Oh, believe me, Alderman, the pleasure is all mine.
Is that so? Dear, I thought you didn't like me.
I don't.
What are you doing? That is quite enough of this harassment, Detective.
Alderman Prescott, you are under arrest for the murder of your wife, Abigail Prescott. There is no doubt of your innocence now.
I'm so relieved, William. Effie said the Crown will ask the judge to overturn the verdict in the morning. I'll be released by noon.
That's wonderful. I can hardly stand the thought of you spending one more night here.
Me neither. Although the warden has extended an olive branch in light of my wrongful imprisonment, he's invited me to a family dinner.
Oh?